Did anybody bring a set of hair trimmers for buzz cuts, like the Army? I think we should line them up like the Army and give them all buzz cuts. What do you think? All right, first of all, welcome. And thank you so much for coming out. Obviously, with a very heavy spring baseball schedule and inclement weather and sports banquets and regionals and sectionals, you know, getting something like this pulled off, the only way to do it was, of course, late on a Tuesday night. But they're teenagers, so I'm going to guess they're going to sleep in tomorrow, right, if they're not practicing. So welcome, and congratulations to the 2024 class of college recruits. My part of the show comes up in a little bit. Chuck, if you don't mind coming up, and Chuck, stop playing with the kids. Come on up here. Just say a few words about the kids program and what it's like to make it to the pros.
Hi.
So they can see you.
I just want to congratulate everybody, and especially the parents that entrusted us with your kids as well. The great high school coaches that helped them get this far. But it's a team effort for everybody, but especially the parents that made the investment in these guys and helped get this to this position. And guys, along the way, it's just a start. You know, enjoy the ride, and be ready for a great collegiate career, and enjoy every second of it, because you don't know when that train's going to tell you to get off. And everybody will have a last game someday, so enjoy it while you got it. That's all I got to say.
So for those of you that may be here for the first time, this is the Bowl. This is the exclusive training facility for the Lake County Lightning Youth Baseball, Illinois Lightning High School, and Illinois Lightning Girls Softball. So what's really great about this particular class, there's a couple of youngsters, I'll pick them out, Jacob and Nikki, that have been here since they were in diapers. I think they started in diapers. And that's how long they've been playing and being a part of the Lightning organization. So it's an honor and a privilege to see these young athletes go to such great lengths and make it so far. But that's honestly a tribute to all of them. Because to what you're doing is I'm sure you all are really, really, really good at math. So I want you to go home and do the algorithm on how many kids play youth baseball, how many kids play high school baseball, and how many kids make it to collegiate baseball. You're part of a very small group, believe it or not, that make it to the next level. And to Coach Gandolfi's credit, he's absolutely right. It's what you make it. Is what you make in the next 4 years is what's going to define you for the rest of your life. Whether it's success in the classroom, whether it's success in the field, and honestly, hopefully, a combination of both. You know, one of the things that, as the founder of Lightning, I made a promise to each and every one of you guys, every year is our goal is to not only make you better baseball players, but we're here to also make you better people. And I can tell that because you're all citizens of the community, you're all actively engaged in your high schools, and more importantly, you're going to go all across the country and find a new world. And what's so fun about it, being in travel baseball, as long as you have been, there's a very, very good chance that you will run across either a former teammate, a former person you played against at an opposing high school, at one of your games or one of your events from this point on. And because you created that bond, whether it was in the lobby of a Ramada Inn or a Motel 6 at a baseball tournament, or it was a late night, game night, or the waffle machine in the breakfast. Those are the things that you're going to take with you, because those people, those connections that you've made throughout your career as a travel baseball player are what's going to carry with you forever. This group sitting next to you may not be on the same team, but you're all friends for life because you're all part of the same goal and the same mission. Anthony, who's going to come up next, it would be wonderful to see all 24 to 28 kids in the 18 class go off and play in collegiate baseball. but we know that that's not everyone's wish and that's not everyone's dream. Your dream is to make it and be the best at it, and be respectful of your coaches, respectful of the game, learn the game even better. It gets more and more advanced. But here's the fun part, and I told you, a lot of you guys this when you were 14, that field doesn't change. So that field that you step on at Judson or MSOE or College of Lake County is still the same. The same field you've been playing on for the last 4 years in high school. So only you can get bigger and better and stronger, and more importantly, smarter. I've said from day one, this is a thinking man's sport. You know, if little guys like Coach Gandolfi and I can make it in this game, then anybody can. So you guys are awesome. Congratulations. I'm going to turn over to Anthony Gliffy. He doesn't want the mic.
I don't need the mic. We're good. Good evening. For those of you who might not know who I am, I know most of you, but for those of you who don't, I'm Anthony Gliffy. I'm the Director of College Recruitment for Illinois Lightning Baseball and Softball. This is always a special night for me because of the amount of work that goes in. I'm super proud of our 2024 class and our student athletes, and it was a very talented 2024 class. And I just want to highlight some people, want to acknowledge some people, say a few things, and then we'll move on. First off, congratulations to the student athletes and you guys, the families. There is a lot of time and effort that is spent into this, that is put into this. So please, if you guys can give yourselves a round of applause, because this is a big journey. If you guys can take a second, give yourself a round of applause. Okay, the other piece is our two coaches, Coach Score, Coach Lutz, phenomenal to work with, okay? And, you know, Coach Hart and Coach Herman, Coach Gandolfi really set the tone my first couple of years here. And Coach Lutz and Coach Score took it to a whole nother level. And that's the reason why we're having sustained success with this, with our players committing and putting them in a position to be successful, to be seen, to be developed. If I could ride with you guys every year, I'd do it every year. That's how highly I think of those two. It was a pleasure to work with them, to work with you guys, and to work with these student athletes. If you can give them a round of applause, that would be great. So just some kind of philosophy stuff. This is our second year in a row with double-digit baseball commits. Something we're extremely proud of. And our philosophy is to be really intentional. We want our athletes not only making a decision on where to go athletically, but we also want academically and socially. We want all those aspects to come together and to be intentional so that the school that they go to, that they commit to, they end up staying at. And that is really important. And the work that we do, that I do with the student athletes and you guys on our Google Meets is really important. And like I said, intentional, so that we make a really good holistic decision. The last thing is, I want you guys to realize something. With the landscape of college athletics now, with COVID and the transfer portal, it is extremely difficult to get on a college roster, okay? High school student athletes, these gentlemen right here, are not only competing against their peers, they're competing against junior college players and actual college players that are in the portal, okay? Essentially, they're becoming a third option now, and it's not stopping anytime soon, okay? So it's that impressive that we have 14 individuals here that are still going on to continue their athletic academic career. Can you give them a round of applause again? And the last piece of last insight I want to provide to you gentlemen before I step back and we'll continue on is, I think it's really important that you guys understand that it's not how you start, it's how you finish, okay? And I've gone through this personally playing college baseball myself. I know we're in an atmosphere where we want things to happen for us right away, okay? But I'm telling you right now, if you start out a little bit slower but you end up on a high note, that's the better alternative than starting out fast and fizzling out, just from personal experience. So don't get caught up too much in that. You got to work while you wait, and understand that your best years are ahead of you. And if you have that mindset, I think you're going to like the end result. Okay? The other piece that I'll tell you, make sure that you're ready to go in fall ball. Okay? Because the work doesn't stop. It gets harder, it gets more intense. And so I'm hoping that you guys are ready for that challenge, and I'm excited to see where you guys go. And just know that for whatever happens down the road, you always have me to support you if you ever need anything. You guys know where to find me. Okay? Thank you guys for the night. Thanks for being here, and I appreciate it once again. And congratulations to you guys, okay? Thank you.
Now, you always spend more time with these players. Actually, they probably spend more time with them than you as parents do, is their coaches. So, Jeremy?
I'm just going to yell. All right, so I'll make this pretty quick. So I also want to thank a couple of guys. A lot like Liffy said, I'll echo kind of the same stuff. These last 3 years could not have been anywhere near what it was without Ryan Skorczewski and without Anthony Gliffy. There were a lot of kids here that we were practicing together and so forth. No way we couldn't have done it without the team we had. I'll be real quick and just kind of introduce the guys that were on my team. So we got JJ Jackson, who's going to MSOE. Guy that I've watched in this program is a good example, was just on teams since 12 years old, many different levels, different coaches and all that, just kind of kept changing all the time, and just kept seeing him every single year just get better and better and better. And came to our team last summer, had a great year, lots of schools loved him, works really hard, he's going to do real well, so congrats. Spencer Penman, very similar. Spencer tried out here the first time at 12U and they moved him from out of town, and same kind of thing. He was on another team here for a few years, then he came over to our team. He's one that I had since 14U, and huge upside with him, particularly on the arm after he comes back from this stuff. And we'll, and he's headed out to Northern Iowa Area Community College, and hopefully other things after that. So Spencer, from all the team. And down at the end there, Danny Newman from Wakanda, who came over at 15. And the best thing that I would say about Danny, I mean, I certainly know him pretty well, he works here too, we all see him all the time, is pretty much lives here. Right? He's here more than me, he's probably here more than Scott. Right? He's here every day, beating himself up, working really hard, too hard sometimes. Whatever his ceiling is, there's not a chance he's not gonna reach it. And so he's going out to Black Hawk and hopefully also on to better things. So Danny Newman. And one more guy that I'll talk about, because Eric Lopez was not able to make it today, is one of these guys one of the two guys that are here that we've had since they were 9 years old, is Nicky Workland from Grant. He's going to go over to, Jesus, I lost it. Judson. Oh my God. Judson, thank you, Jesus. All right, so to Judson College out in Elgin, and tremendous upside as a pitcher. Another one that I've kind of seen, literally his older brother was playing here, is sitting right here. So another guy I've literally seen running around throwing baseballs when he's this big. And now to see where he's at, very proud of him too, and I expect he'll, do good things too. So then Nicky Workland. Now Ryan.
I'll skip the mic too. Yeah. All right. So I don't have the same history as these guys do with the Lightning, but I will say, echoing what they've said, you guys welcomed us and the team we had from Gurnee, and we've added players over the years, and it's been just hand in glove and great working with you, Coach Lutz, and you really appreciate it. Give those guys a hand. I will try to get through this as best I can. Coach Score can be a bit of a crier. Just a bit of warning. Cameron Board, catcher. This is the kid that I couldn't ask for a guy as a catcher who put in more time than him, right? I don't think he could, maybe Katie's are back there for those who don't know. Catch bullpens. Catchers are always the last to hit. Coach Lutz would have to remind me all the time, Cameron hasn't hit yet. Cameron hasn't hit yet. One time, he said, Cameron hasn't hit in like 2 weeks, right? Didn't change. Got in the field. Great story. I'll tell you sometime. Last hit of the game of the year. Walk-off win. Great kid. Jacob Chage, big game Jake. Jake I would go to before every tournament. And I'd say, here's where it breaks down. Here's the teams that we're facing. Who do you want? He wanted the best every single time, right? Whoever that team was, if they were a national team, if they were a regional team, he's like, Coach, I want the ball. Didn't matter. He was a great guy to have around, fun, kept it loose with us. Great guy, hard worker, fun, real good person. Good man. Triples leader, stolen base leader, all the stats, but did it his own way, right? Colin does. He's a kid that, you know, the outside, whatever is happening, he has that ability to block it out, right? Whatever's going on, he's got that focus. He's got the, you know, nothing is going to get him drama, whatever it is. He blocks that out, and he's his own kid. Guaranteed, going to go far. Colin. Another competitor, just an absolute dog on the mound, kid that would just, again, if I didn't give Jake the ball, he'd get the ball. He wants the next one too, and just saw him over the years just continually work. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I did pick him and his brother against him once in a while, and they both got better because they do compete with each other. But just a kid that, again, always working. Continually got better and better and better. I think Coach Anderson can attest. We saw him that's 2 winters ago now. He was putting up numbers, and Coach and I were looking at it. It's like, did he just throw? You know, did he just hit the 90 number? And he did. So it's credit to him. Ben Hunt. We only had Ben for 1 year, but made his mark immediately on the program. Was injured beginning part of the year, so we didn't really know kind of how that would all shake out. But as soon as, I don't know, probably missed half the season. But after that, he hit the ground running, and then we had several schools that were interested in getting him. Another kid that was always in here, you hear the same story, right? For any of you guys going home and talk to the little kids at home, it's the guys that are in here that are putting in the time, and every one of these guys could say the same thing for. Ben took it at another level. Him and his cousin, always in here, also pitted him and his cousin against each other a little bit, made them compete. Good stuff. Griffin Troha. Let's get one. Griffin. My favorite story about Griffin is when I first started coaching the team. Griffin came up and said, you know, it's going bad, he's a competitor, he just wanted to win. Lead. Be a leader. And he heard that and internalized it. You remember this? And he said, look, they're going to come to you no matter what. You have to look the ball player, you're one of the better players on the team. Go ahead, lead. Put yourself out there. And he actually took that challenge on, and I think one of the great guys that we had on the team and one of the great leaders. Fun story. Illustrate how I'll speed these up. How baseball is important to this group and me and this team out here. My little guy plays baseball. He's a 6th grader now. Griffin gave him his glove. Right? Jack loves that glove more than anything, man. He's all about that glove this day. He brought it to the regional game. I don't know if you know that. He brought it down to the regional game with us. So he's all about it, right? And those are the connections that are so important. So Griffin, appreciate that. Is that it? We have one more. Owen. Owen gets, we all say this, right? The coach's kid, we're harder on our own kid, blah, blah, blah. I think it's true, but not for the reasons you think, right? I think it's true because, not because we're going to be harder on him because he missed a ground ball or he didn't, went 0 for 4. He also has to ride with the coach on the way there and the way back. So he's first to get here, whether he wants to or not. He's last to leave, whether he wants to or not. He also has to hear me bitch about whatever happened in the game. He has to hear me go over a lineup and go, God, maybe we should back this kid third, fourth, or this or that. He's been just my best player. You're gonna throw him. That's all I gotta say. Everyone's gonna say, hey, we love this team, hate to let the team go. That's all true. You love this team, but I love each one of these players even more. Love you guys.
All right. Well, obviously, this is a game that everyone absolutely loves, and forgot to mention Griffin was with us when he was 9 and 10 as well. So ask his dad; he's got his little button that shows his little suit. Congratulations, young men. The journey is now yours, and the journey is in your hands. Coach Lutz, Coach Krasinski, and Coach Gliffy have been here to guide you, and mentor you, and inspire you. Those are the three things you need to take away tonight. But from this point on, even with your parents, who've been by your side from the very beginning, starting in the fall, it's in your hands. Make the most of it, be the best, be yourself, and always represent the Lightning well. So congratulations, and guys, come on, we'll do some signing.
He would.
It's all right.
Well, that's right. I'm doing this.
I know. Yeah.
How's yours?
We have to share. Sorry. Ran out. I didn't see that. One of your brothers do that to you again? Take him out back. You guys can go ahead and sign that. We'll get you. Fingerprint.
Of course.
All right, gentlemen, if you could mind standing up, back up to your banners, hold your signs up, let the parents get a good couple of pictures.
How's the camera phone doesn't work?